Well, let's now look at the research in a little bit more detail. I'm joined once more by Ipsos Director Marie Harris and my colleague Rofhiwa Madzena. And you know, I was thinking, we have all forgotten that this is a pandemic election. Of course, it's been a massive issue. It's been top of mind all the time. But we're so busy in election mode, we've actually almost forgotten that we are still dealing with the impact of a pandemic, and it has had a massive impact not only on the way we live our lives but also on politics, hasn't it, Rofhiwa?
That's right, and what people are calling for, and you'll see in a moment, is for government to be able to deal with the rollout of the vaccines better, to handle COVID-19 better, so we return to some kind of normalcy. So let's take a look at that first page of the data we're speaking about here. The change expectations and hope in the time of a pandemic. Everybody's dealing with this globally for the first time, Marie, and this is what the people want. The three big things that people are calling for governments, local, provincial and national governments, to deal with when it comes to the pandemic.
Yes, absolutely. We're looking at how well would people say the government is handling these issues, and remember that we're talking about all South Africans, not only those who went and drew a cross yesterday. They want the government to manage the pandemic better than what they're doing at the moment, because only 57% are saying they're handling it very well and fairly well. Managing the rollout of the vaccines, almost the same percentage at 59%, and then motivate South Africans to get vaccinated, 62%.
Right.
So we can see this is sort of an average performance from the side of the government. We usually look at 35 elements of policy issues that the government deals with, and COVID is one of them. And usually when a percentage is between 50 and 74, we say it's an orange issue, which means that this needs attention. It is not as critical as a red issue, but you can't let an orange issue slip. So definitely we still need to be vigilant about COVID-19 and have a proper program to motivate South Africans to get vaccinated.
I'm wondering if we let it slip a little bit by moving to level 1 and had the huge campaigning. Those were super spreader events. I'm wondering if that wasn't a slip on government's part when it comes to handling COVID-19.
We don't know. We will know in a week or so what the figures say about the infections. Currently the infection rate looks good, and the people, the new infections as well as the deaths from COVID. But this is far from over.
Right. Let's take a look at the ruling party, Marie. If we could just update that slide. 40% saying that the national government is doing its job very well. But when you break it down, the figures are still quite low when it comes to the provision of a proper democracy to South Africans as the ruling party.
Yes, that is very true. I don't think 40% is a great performance, though. But only a third are saying that the government is governing in the interest of all South Africans. And then an issue that we have spoken about quite a lot during this week, about what people think about the promises made by politicians. A lot of people say, yes, they make all the promises, but we know they will not make good on the promises. Other people say the party that I vote for will make good on their promises. And we can see that people are saying, only a third of saying that the ANC will make good on their election promises. And again, this is all South Africans.
That are reflective of this. Okay, well, let's move on to that wish list that we've been speaking about. What do the people want? And this is what local authorities should be listening to. New governments are going to be formed in the form of coalitions, and these are the things that they're going to need to focus on. And Marie, we must highlight that when we speak about the two big ones, which are service delivery and fair and equal treatment, the top one here is safety and security, and we've gone about this topic quite a bit.
We have spoken about it for probably 2 weeks, because most of the provinces identified safety and security that I wouldn't have thought is the first thing that people would be concerned about in their local authorities. But they are saying local authorities need to focus on safety and security in their areas, then on affordable services, and then on things like rubbish removal and clean streets, which are the basic functions of local government. The two last things probably more what we would associate just from an intellectual standpoint with local governments. What we see here is that people want more from their local government. They want real investment from their local government, not necessarily in terms of money, that might as well, but in terms of time and doing the right things right.
And that goes into the fair and equal treatment and a big attention on creating jobs for people.
Absolutely, a big attention on creating jobs, not only for the local councils and not only for national government, but this is the biggest problem in the country. And it needs focus from all levels of government. People also want clean councils. They don't want corrupt councils. And everybody's aware of the corruption in local government councils when you live in an area. No favors for friends and family.
That happens a lot.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
If we can give this wish list of the people to every local government and just say, guys, deliver on these 6 things, we will have a much happier local government structure in the country.
And that's a good point to end it on, Sally. If we could just deliver these 6 things to people in different communities, the country would be a happier place to live in.
6 little things, that's all we ask. 6 very key things. Well, we're moving into era of coalition politics. Let's hope politicians can work together to deliver. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Thank you very much, Rofhiwa Madzena and Ipsos's Marie Harris. We've got plenty more still to come.